All right, y'all. I must say, the Real Housewives of Potomac are finally picking up, holding my interest a little bit, giving me something to feel, giving me something to want to talk about, giving me something to be motivated to get on this screen and do a review about. And this episode was pretty interesting because there were so many things below the surface that need to be unpacked that I think that we can have a robust conversation. Let's talk about it. Here you go. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I spent this past Friday trying to watch Married to Medicine, The Real Housewives of Potomac. I was gonna do those videos over the weekend, and I was gonna come back to y'all today and do the latest episodes. At this point, it just makes sense for me to do the latest episodes, but I am going to fill y'all in on some of my thoughts from the previous episode, particularly surrounding Ashley and her dating preference, which seems to be explicitly white men. And I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. But anyway, can I also say this? We live in a world where we are taught to color our grays and, play them down to look younger or whatever the case may be. And a lot of y'all have been like, ooh, Funky, that beard really looks good on you in the gray. And like when I go to things to do like Dish Nation or whatever, this last time, guys, I did Dish with my full gray beard. And it's funny because TV sends the messages, especially like in the talk space, you don't want to look aged out. Look at Mario Lopez and look at nobody's really on TV. But honestly and truthfully, I'm looking at myself and I think that the gray, actually from a brand perspective, really works for me. In personal branding. It's like, who's that with the good skin with the gray beard on TV looking all handsome? That's me. That's me. That's me. Anyway, y'all, so the episode opens up with Mia taking the kids ziplining or trampoline park or wherever it was, and it was cute. I really didn't get much from that scene other than the meats and potatoes of Mia's storyline this season is family, restructuring, kids, got it. She's out there with the kids, got it. They really could have cut that whole scene out because there really is nothing to get from it other than Mia went and played with her kids. So Karen, Giselle, and Stacey get together to have lunch or whatever the case may be. And Karen and Giselle, after finding out that TJ spends a lot of time out in LA, here's the funny thing. I didn't know TJ was an actor, an aspiring actor, an extra stand-in, whatever it is he does. I assumed that he lived in DC and had a good job somewhere. One of the G613 girls or whatever y'all DC people think y'all is, but y'all look government security clearances. And I ain't gonna start that up today if y'all don't start it up tomorrow. They were telling her, child, he got somebody else in LA, this, that, and the third. I am going to be very honest with you. I honestly think that there is a chance that Stacey may have to be, if she's going to be concerned with anything, she needs to be more concerned with his sexual orientation than she does with him cheating. And I know that can be an ignorant thing to say. And let me tell y'all something. I am not one of those gay people who like to make everybody gay. And I hate when people say things like, he look gay or he act gay. But there are other markers for me that just make me a little uncomfortable about sexual orientation. And I'll be the first person to say that it probably is a huge ignorance on my part and a lot of people's parts because we're simply just not used to middle age, attractive, muscular, good looking men being so hands off when it comes to sex. And maybe that's really where it starts and stops, and there's no mystery. The fact that I'm just uncomfortable and some of y'all are uncomfortable because we're just not used to being around Christian men who uphold certain biblical and moral principles. However, because we do live in a deceitful world, I am also here to share, and I am by no way implying this is what TJ is, but there is also a group of men who hide their sexual orientation or fighting feelings of homosexuality by hiding behind white women and by hiding behind religion. Okay? TJ comes off to me like he is a very sound, moral, ethical person. So, in all honesty, he could just be a good God-fearing Christian, and that's where it starts and stops. But in the event that he isn't, and this is a front, I don't think the front is because he's got another woman. If it is a front, and I don't think it is, but if it is a front, it's a front for something else and not for no other woman. But this is what I want them to stop. I think that it's lazy on everybody's part associated with this organization to continue to harp on the fact that they're not having sex. It's very juvenile, it's elementary, and it's lazy. And just from a human perspective, who wants to come around a group of people and every time you come around something as private and intimate as what you do in the bedroom with your significant other is the topic of conversation? And it's got to be uncomfortable for you to be questioning somebody's religion, religious motives, religious practices. It's very uncomfortable and it makes me cringe every time I see it. And I know that TJ has got to be slightly uncomfortable as well. But now that we're talking about TJ being slightly uncomfortable, I'm going to tell you something else. There are some other red flags. I didn't like on the previous episode when he said to Stacey, "I'm warning you." And when he looked at her and told her, "All right now," and "I'm warning you." Like he spoke to her so condescendingly like a child. I also don't like the power dynamic between TJ and Stacey. I feel like TJ is either consciously or inadvertently has ended up dangling like this carrot in front of him, in front of Stacey, of being together and being married. All right now, if you don't act right, I'm not going to marry you. If you don't act right, I'm not going to go any further with you. If you don't act right, I'm going to have an attitude with you. And she is so into him and so nice that she acquiesces and falls in line. The second thing that I don't understand, I'm all about transparency and vulnerability when it comes to my mate. I also don't believe you should go to your mate and be telling them what your friends are saying. I just, for the life of me, don't understand why Stacey keeps going to TJ and saying, "Well, the girls are saying that you got another this is it." Well, the girls are saying that is laying the foundation for your man to never like your friends, and for your man to never want to come around, and for your man to try to divide and conquer between you and your friend Stacey. Why are you doing that? Like, let's have transparency in our outlook on the world and how I feel and family and all those types of things. But what me and my people talk about, me and my friends talk about, I just don't think you need to be running back telling your spouse. My friends say they think you a liar. Stacey, these black people you dealing with now, we ain't over here in Germany dealing with these white folks. I don't know how white folks commune, but that really ain't good in fostering no black household if that's what you're trying to do. Okay. But can we please lay off of Stacy and TJ's sex life? At 40-something years old, it's making all of us cringe. All right, so Mia invites the ladies shopping. Wendy, whoever did, they down to the little piece of boutique. And down to the boutique, whatchamacallit, Wendy talks about going to Panama or whatever. And that's cool on that. She decided to talk to Karen and wanted to know, can Jacqueline come to her house as a +1? And Karen told her absolutely not. And I don't see nothing wrong with it either. I don't see nothing wrong with it either. And here's the other thing. With the Bravo, whoever the production company is with this, producers and cast, the conflict that we're about to see on the next episode, once again, guys, it's lazy. It's predictable. It's obvious. We can see it coming from a mile away. I haven't even seen the episode, and I'm finna already tell y'all what happened. All right, I don't even know. I ain't even seen it. I'm finna tell y'all what happened. Mia is gonna take the blame for inviting Jacqueline. She'll be like, yeah, but Karen, I invited her as my +1 because we're supposed to be sisters, and I don't think she should be left out the group, and you guys just need to talk about it, and then it's going to cause further friction between Karen and Mia, because Karen's going to be like, you're supposed to be my friend. You didn't respect my house. I told you she couldn't come. And y'all wide bike hoes still sitting over there hating from outside the club. Baby, the real party is inside Club Patreon. Come up off them $7.50, you money hungry bitches. Y'all hoes got it. All right, come on over here and join this party. We having a whole secret private party over here on Patreon that y'all girls don't know nothing about. And baby, the chat gets good. Give me them $7.50 and join the party. Y'all hoes know when Real Housewives of Atlanta get back, y'all gonna want to be all in the mix. So come join the party and get in good before the prices go up before the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bah.